You know, sometimes being single can be a lot of hard work. I'm going to talk about that a little bit today on Topher's Take. I know this might come as a surprise to some of you, with me being such an outgoing, good looking guy, but, I am single. Shh, don't tell anybody, you know. And there are two things I want to say off the bat. First, I am not knocking marriage at all. I know marriage is, a lot of hard work. I don't know from personal experience, but I've seen couples, married people work out their marriage. I know that it's hard work, just from what I've seen. And secondly, because of some of the stuff I might get into a little bit later, this will probably be one of the few videos that I make that is not safe for kids. I know YouTube has that thing when you post a video, so I'm just going to give you a heads up. We might get into a little bit of material here. So what do I mean when I say being single can be hard sometimes? Well, you have to have your standards. You have to know what you're looking for, in the other person. Because if you don't know what you're looking for, you're probably not going to find it. And it's been my own experience that, especially with guys, we don't think about that a whole lot. We don't think about, our standards and what we're looking for, in a potential mate. I think perhaps girls do that a lot more than guys do. And I've actually been reflecting on this aspect, of it a little bit recently. What are my standards? What am I looking for? Maybe even can I back any of what I'm looking for up scripturally? What does the Bible say about, a potential, mate being, and in my case, a potential female mate? What does the Bible say about being single and conducting yourself as such? And I'm not going to get into a big, rant, on all of that, because I think most of that has to be personal. You have to decide for yourself, what you're looking for. And one of the best pieces of advice I've got on this topic came from a video I watched of Adam Stanley. And he expounded on this some in the video, but one of the things he said was, be the kind of person that the person you're looking for is looking for. So if you want a good godly woman, be a good godly man. I mean, you can't expect to have, this Proverbs 31 woman if you're not going to church. And I'll admit it takes some soul searching to, look and think and ponder, about stuff like that. And that kind of brings me up to my next point is the searching. Because I've heard it said numerous times by numerous people that God will bring you the one when you stop looking. So let's logically play that out and see where it goes, okay? If I were to stop looking, for somebody, if I were just to stay at home, and stay in my room and not, go out and look, you really think God would bring me somebody? While I'm just like, chilling in my room? You see, there has to be some aspect, where you're at least open to the possibility. Where you are at least keeping your eyes open, Now, I want to do an analogy here. Back in the day, I used to play a card game called Redemption. It was a Christian-based card game, and I think the rules on this have changed since. But there were a few cards that allowed you to search your deck. And you could legitimately search your deck and not find what you're looking for. But you see, there's a strategy to this. Because if you're looking, through your deck, you get to see what your next cards are. So you know what your next hand could be. Because you didn't have to shuffle the deck, you just had to search it. Now, I think the rules have changed where you do have to shuffle your deck anytime you search it. It's been a long time since I've played. But you can search for something and not find it, okay? You can have your standards. You can know what you're looking for, and you can go out and search and still not find it. And that's what I want to bring up. Is you can go out there. You can, go to the singles clubs or, join like a dating website. You can get yourself out there. You can go out and search for the one. That doesn't guarantee you're going to find her. Any more than giving up the search guarantees that, God's going to bring her to you. And I wanted to continue, share that because a lot of people they're searching, but they don't know what they're looking for. They're looking for somebody, but they don't know what qualities or what attributes that person has. Know what you're looking for, and then look for it, with the exception, with the premise that you might not find it. And be okay if you find it, and be okay if you don't find it. But even if you find somebody who meets your standards, I think there could still be a refining process where you're like, oh, maybe that's not actually what I want. Or, oh, maybe I want this instead of that. And the third reason why I think being single is hard is there's so much out there today. There's so much of the new drug, and it's so easy, to access. It's so easy to look at things we shouldn't be looking at. I mean, there's not a lot of free Christian dating sites, but there are quite a few of, free porn sites. And it's a lot of the stuff, even on TV, it's gotten like risque. That they'll push the envelope as far as they can push it. And it's hard, and to keep your eyes and, mind clean or pure, in that kind of society. And I'm not saying it's not hard for married people in this aspect. This is just my thoughts, but I feel you have a certain level of accountability with your mate. Where, if you look at something, the actress on TV, the wrong way, oh, they're going to call you out on it. At least in my mind, If you're single, no one's going to call you out on that. That's why I think it's harder. I think there is, I don't want to say a lack of accountability, but I don't think there is as much accountability if you're single. Being single, I don't have to worry about, what if somebody walks into the room I'm in and sees what I'm doing? Like my wife or my kids, It's that level of accountability that, it's not around. That I think makes it harder for single people. Again, just my thoughts. So where am I? I addressed this earlier, that I'm getting to the point where I'm just seeking out my standards and trying to figure out if this is something I really want. Is this something that's set in stone, or is it something that is negotiable? And I do have things that are set in stone, and I do have things that are, negotiable. If I do find somebody. I'm not saying I'm, getting ready to actively, aggressively go on the search. I'm just saying I'm getting ready to search. I feel like I'm to a point where I'm ready to go out and seriously, well, not seriously, but at least start the looking process. And I was thinking about, some of this, and I thought maybe I should talk about this. Maybe I should do a podcast, addressing some of these thoughts that I had. Anyway, I think that's it for you guys today, so I'm going to let you go. Peace. Sorry, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but like I said, it's been a while since I've played the game, but I still have some of the old tins that the cards used to come in. If you guys recognize these, you probably know about how long it's been since I've played. You guys take care. Bye.